Talk is about how to pass exams successfully. The first and foremost thing is, when you're going for a career, when you're going for an actual course, most important thing is, why am I doing this course? Honestly speaking, brothers, why am I doing this course? A lot of brothers don't ask this question. A lot of sisters don't ask this question. They get into it because the friend is doing it. It's the going thing. Everyone's doing it. I've got to jump on the bandwagon. What bandwagon are you jumping on? Are you jumping on Nuh alayhi salam's safina, his ark, or are you jumping on the Titanic? What are you jumping on? Don't just jump on anything. That's the biggest problem I find. You know how many people have finished a degree and they don't actually work in that field of the degree. Why? Because they were given bad advice, or they didn't know about what to do at the beginning. And this career advice they give you in these, they don't give it to you in the beginning, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what those guys do getting paid to give you career advice, but most people don't get it. And even if they get it, those guys sitting there saying, yeah, I think you're going to be a good electrician, whatever. How do you know that? How do you know I'm going to be a good, doctor, good this? I mean, how do you know that? They don't spend, a good person giving you good advice will actually look into your skills, go into your mind, go into what you actually know, what you're good at, and look at your history. And apart from based on your history, not even just your history, but within yourself, to dig out what you're actually good at. So that's the first and foremost thing. But anyway, you go into a course. The most important thing I want to say is your niyyah. What is your niyyah? What is your whole intention? Most brothers, I'll be honest with you, most sisters, what is your niyyah? I want to get a good job. Don't want to work in Tesco's. I don't want to work around the corner in my dad's shop. What is your niyyah? Your niyyah is what? Just to get a good job. If you want to get a good job, you'll get your good job through this. What's your niyyah? I want to pass. I want to get a star. I want to get a first. Why? Because I just want to get a first. Why? Because I'm going to look good. I'm clever. I'm intelligent. I want to prove it. Well, you'll get it. You'll do it. I want to go to Imperial. I want to get to Cambridge. I want to get to this university, that university. I want to get to the top university for medicine. For what? What comes after that? If you ask most brothers, most sisters, they're going to say, I want to earn big bucks. That's where it's all going. If I get the good grades, then I get the good university. I get a good university, then I carry on doing and I get a first. Then I get selected out of all the people that were with me. I become the chosen person. And then I go to some big company and I do good. And they like me, I like them. And then hunky-dory, we live happily ever after. They give me nice checks at the end of the day. They fill my bank balance. I get a nice house. I settle down. I get a nice wife. We have nice children. I educate them properly. And bye-bye to Brick Lane. Bye-bye to Whitechapel. That's what people have got in their minds. And then what they want to do later on is that settle down, big house, 5-bedroom, this and that. Alhamdulillah, I'm set for life. 2 holidays a year, go and spend some money, come back again, work like a rat in a rat race. Alhamdulillah. After that, basically go back out there. 2 holidays, sunshine, plenty of things to see. Forget the fish, the birds as well, that are walking on the seaside, what I'm saying? And they basically come back again, work again, go back out, come back again, and that's all they want. There's other people who want to get, what do they want? They want to do it because my dad's going to go mad. My mom's going to kill me. I'm not going to get bath when I go home. I mean, it's like, I better do it because they're all after me. My brother got a first. My sister got a first as well. Oh my God, I'm dead. If I don't get a first, then I'm dead. Then honestly, the intention is what? Just to live up to the standard. Live up to what the parents are saying. Live up to what the society wants. My God, all my friends are going there. I have to be with them, I have to do it. I'm telling you, my brothers, my sisters, if this is, most people, this is in their hearts. I'm telling you, please, if you haven't done so, renew your intention right now if you're in college or university. If you're in madrasa, renew your intention. You're not doing it for any of these people. You're not doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for your comfort. Because you're doing it because Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, it was his sunnah where he made a dua and he said, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a. Oh Allah, I am asking you to give me a beneficial knowledge. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min ilmin la yanfa' wa min qalbin la yakhsha'. Oh Allah, I seek refuge in you from a knowledge which will give me no benefit, from a heart which will have no fear of you. A heart which will have no fear of you. wa min aynin la tadma'. I'm seeking refuge in you from an eye that does not shed tears. I'm seeking refuge in you from du'a'in la yusma', from a dua that is not heard, not accepted by you. وَمِنْ هَؤُلَاءِ الْأَرْبَعِ, and from all of these four. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that beneficial knowledge is something that we seek. And that's why you're in university, that's why you're in college, because this is beneficial knowledge. You're going to study medicine, you're going to study engineering, you're going to study IT, and you're going to study whatever it is out there that is a halal thing, okay? And you're going to have good halal intentions to benefit who? You're going to first benefit yourself, because there's nothing wrong in benefiting yourself in a good, nice way. That's fine, you get your money, you want to earn it, but that's not your real intention. You will then be able to earn a livelihood for your family because Allah has ordered you to do it. Because Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told you to do it. وَإِنَّ لِأَهْلِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا. Your family has a right over you. That's why you're going to do it as well. And not only that, the Muslim Ummah needs me to do this. That's what I want you to intend. But the Muslim Ummah needs me to be a good doctor. There should be good Muslim doctors. You want to be a doctor, akhi? Brother, honestly speaking, you kind of see the stats, okay, of Muslims in education, and na'udhu it's quite poor, when you actually look at the stats compared to other religions, other backgrounds aside. But what I want to say to you is, you want to be a doctor, be the best doctor. You want to be an IT consultant, be the best one. Be the best business manager. Be the best person in the media. Be the best person, whatever you're touching. Be the best. That's what you should do. You want to go to madrasa, be the best alim. You want to be a hafiz, be the best hafiz of the Quran. That can actually stand there proud, that everyone wants to look at them and see, wow, subhanallah, what kind of person, mashallah, what kind of brother is this? Be the best. You know why? Because when you be a half of something, you're a danger to society. When you be a half, you're a danger. Imagine a doctor that never wanted to be a doctor. There are doctors who never wanted to be a doctor, but their dads wanted them to be doctors because it was the Indian thing. Every Indian father wanted his son to be a doctor, engineer, one or the other one. You got no third choice. I beat you so hard you go back to India. That's what they all wanted. So the guy had to become. Can you imagine? You got a doctor. You say, doctor, I've got this problem. The doctor's got a problem himself. He doesn't want to see you. Honestly, can you imagine you go to a doctor, okay, and all he's seeing is dollars in his eyes. He don't care about you. You want to be a good doctor, have a heart as a good doctor. Love people for the sake of Allah. You have someone come to you with a sick heart, give the best you can. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you look in Sahih Muslim, there's a whole section to do with tib, which is to do with medicine. And Allahu Akbar, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when someone was ill, they were sick, he was one of the first to visit them. And when he visited them, subhanallah, and this is the sign of true ulama and true awliya of Allah on this earth today, is that when they know that you're hurt, they are hurt. That's a true doctor. Not only the physical thought, but mentally they will be hurt just to see an insan, a human being being hurt. You want to be a person who's in IT security, whatever it is, you be the best, okay? You be the best. Even an alim or a scholar of the deen or whatever you're studying, just do it so you become the best. The Muslim Ummah is suffering because we've got people amongst ourselves who are not aiming high. Anyway, your niyyah is going to be all of this, and above all is, oh Allah, and be honest with Allah. Oh Allah, when I be a good doctor, when I be a good consultant, when I be a good engineer, when I be a good builder. Honestly, we need honest Muslim builders. What do we need? Honest, there's only a few. Forget Muslim builders, other builders as well. There's only a few good builders. And a good plumbers, mashallah, they're very good. Yeah? Unless they basically muck up your house, and then you find out. Right? Then you find out, then you're in trouble. And don't start all this business, when you go and you muck up someone's house and they say to you, what have you done here? You go, I thought you're a Muslim, man. I was telling him, I'm a Muslim, you're a Muslim. Akhi, you can't do this. Me Muslim, man, you Muslim, man. We get friends. Well, you just mucked up the guy's house and you're bringing Islam here now. What are you doing? Come on. You're in a trade, you're going for a trade. Put Allah first. Don't use all this Muslim business to try and get out of it. Anyway, you put Allah above that. Oh Allah, I'm going to be a good builder. I'm going to be a good technician. And when I do my job nice, whatever job it is, I hope to be what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Allahu Akbar. What did Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say? التاجرون الصادقون مع الأنبياء يوم القيامة. Riwayah Bukhari, my brothers and sisters. التاجرون الصادقون مع الأنبياء يوم القيامة. You're a businessman. You're a person who's got a profession. You're making some money. You're making some money and you are honest in your business. You are honest in your trade. On the day of judgment, you wake up and you are not like the ulama. You are not like the huffaz who read Quran all day. You are not like those ulama who preached all day on mimbars. You are not like those musallis or those people who went to the masjid, who went 5 times a day, but you were in your business and you were honest. And because of your honesty, just because of your honesty, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says that you will be raised with the messengers on the day of judgment. Sahih hadith of Bukhari. Ma'al anbiya'i yawm al-qiyamah. So that's what you look at. My profession, why? I'm going to be honest in my profession, what I've got, and I want to be raised with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Anbiya on the day of judgment, and I'm going to go straight, because whoever's raised with them, Allahu Akbar, you're going straight to Jannah, bi'idhnillah, you're going straight to Jannah. So anyway, that's what you want. You want Ridha Allah, you want Allah's Ridwan, you want Allah to be pleased with you, whatever you do. And honestly, you know, when you be honest in your trade, listen, you go and get a business, you go and get a job somewhere. You know, the first thing you don't want to do is go and trim your beard a little bit. What are you doing, sister? Basically saying, oh my God, my eyebrows are looking like a man, I better start, you know. What are you doing? What do you think? What are you doing? And then, you know, my scarf is looking, I got a Calvin Klein scarf on, pin it in. And the akhi, he goes, first, mashallah, he had a nice beard, he was doing salah, he gets a job interview, he goes there, and he's like this. Got a little beard. Why? Why do that? And then he's like, yeah, you know, I'll do this fine, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you. And then he goes in the office, she gets in the office, and then others are looking, and then it's like, salah time comes. It's like, nah man, the guy's gonna, it's my first day, you know, Allah forgive me, astaghfirullah. What they're gonna say, What are you doing? You got the job for Allah's sake, then you put Allah first. You watch, honestly, Allah will look after you. Allah will look after your job. You don't care. Honestly, I will tell you one thing that I found in life myself. When you stick to your grounds, like the Sahaba, subhanAllah, they stuck to the grounds. They stuck to the grounds. They said, this is who we are. You want to accept us like this. You don't want to accept us, you don't have my rizq in your hand. My rizq is not in your hand. Whose hands is rizq in, brothers? Allah. Allah's name is Razzaq. He provides. So you think you're going to play games with me, and in my business or in my little profession here, I'm an employee. You think you can play games with me and get me out, and Allah's going to stop feeding me? The Allah that feeds me feeds you, my brother Henry and George and whatever their name is. Allah feeds you, Allah feeds me, the same thing. Subhanallah al-Azim, Allah gives, Allah is Razzaq. He provides me, provides you. You can't stop anyone's risk. So don't fear. You know, Salah goes, Ramadan, this and that, and then they have a party Christmas time. So then they call you, you know, Muhammad, you coming to the Christmas party? I think, actually, Jane, I'm a vegetarian. Okay, fine. But don't worry, Muhammad, you don't have to eat all that stuff, you know, but I don't drink. It's all right, Muhammad. It's all right. You can have orange juice. Yeah. So you go to the party, and basically they're gonna say cheers with their, you know, Castlemaine 4X, you know, whatever, and you got orange juice. Ding, ding. What are you gonna be around alcohol for? What are you gonna do that? Tell them. You know, tell them nicely. Don't be rude. Tell them nicely. Say, look, that stuff is not good for you. They're gonna say, oh, nice, all right. So it's a little bit, Muhammad. It's a little bit. It's all right. Say, yeah, but that stuff's not good for you. Because when you don't know the limit, no one knows the limit when they're going to get drunk. Can you tell me when you're going to actually get drunk? Because when you have a little sip, I can take a little sip and say, I'm not drunk. Then you take a little sip, I say, I'm not drunk. Then you take a bit more, I say, I'm not drunk. And you're still looking, and take another sip. Now next thing you know, the guy's on top of you. Next thing you know, you wake up on Boxing Day, you don't know what happened. After that, 9 months, 3 months later, you get some pain and you're pregnant. Where did that happen? Where did that happen from? So tell him in a nice way that, look, I don't, and the thing is, in my religion, I've been told to stay away from this. So I'm sorry, I hope you guys have a nice time, in your own time, but I'm not going to join this, But do come to my Eid party. Why not? Have a nice Eid party in your house, bring them and show them, how you have halal chicken, mashallah, not halal turkey. And do it in a nice way. So anyway, the point is, you're going to go to a place, or have your right niyyah, have the right intention. Next thing is that you're going to you've chosen your career. Make sure you've made the right choice for your career. When you made your right choice, what is right choice? How do you make it? 2 things. Istishara, istikhara. Before you start taking before you apply to all these courses, istishara and istikhara. You basically consult the people already in those fields. Don't go mashwara to you. If you come to me and you're going to say to me, Imam Saab, shall I go for this course? I'm going to say, what course is it? It's in biochemistry. I'm going to say to you, okay, biochemistry, I don't know anything about it. That's the honest thing. I don't know anything about it. Why are you coming to me asking me about biochemistry? Go and ask people in that field. Go and ask them what people who've been there, been through it. The people of Ahl, people who you're supposed to do mashwara or do proper consultancy, are the people of that field. So go and ask the brothers who've already gone through that. Go and ask the senior person in that course, who's running the course, and then that's one thing done. Second thing is you make istikhara to Allah. Allah, pay 2 rakats, see what result Allah gives you. A lot of brothers say to me, I don't see a dream. Don't come back to me and say, I'm going to send you back, and I'm going to send you back again. You do a good 2 rakats with devotion for the sake of Allah. You will have a dream. I've sent a lot of brothers back. I've sent sisters back. I've said, go and do it again. Go and do it again. Spend another week. Finally, when they've done it properly with devotion, Allah will show them some guidance, whether it's through a dream or something else. But anyway, that's the second. So now you've chosen your course. You've chosen the actual course. Next thing is, what most brothers and most sisters will do is that they're going to go through this course, right? When first is, they've just finished their exams, something like June, end of June. July's here. Most brothers, most sisters, what is it? It's party time, holiday time. It's summertime. Yeah, go out there, waste your time, this and that, play snooker all night, pool all night, go and hang around, whatever it is, go and play these games on the internet, whatever, browse on the internet, blah, 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 whatever. August goes, September goes, all the way till October, then the course starts, you have Freshers Week, all of that. It's like, okay, let it all start, and then September comes and it starts. October comes and it starts. What happens then? They're taking it easy. They're in cruise control. They think it doesn't matter. So October goes. They've just started the course. November goes. And, some tests, this and that, some coursework is coming by December, January. Okay, they're starting to now get a bit serious. Next minute they know it. By February, they're in the thick. They go, oh my God, Imam Sahib, please make dua for me. Why? I've got 6 exams. 6 courseworks. I got this. What, didn't they tell you in the beginning? They kind of did, yeah. Well, you had September, you had October, you had November. Come on, guy. Be serious. The best thing you can do yourself a favor, Akhi, if you're listening to this, for that coming year. Some of you, most it's late for you now. It's April, isn't it? You think, oh my God, I wish I listened to it. A few months back. But don't worry, next year you can listen, you can do amal on this, inshallah. What you do is, you prepare yourself from day number 1. What does that mean? That means, I'll tell you a good book to get. I've used this book, and I've used it for my own madrasa purpose in my final year. And I haven't stuck to it like glue. I didn't follow it right down to the T, but I made my own methodologies. I devised my own strategies by reading this book. And it's a very useful book, and I think you guys should read it. It doesn't matter what you're studying. This should show you some guidelines of how you should prepare for your exams. The first preparation is where? It's not in March, my friends, it's in September, it's in August. One of the key things that the Islamic fields they teach you is mutala'ah. Then they say muraja'ah. Mutala, mudarasa, then muraja'ah. Three things. They say before you come to the lesson, you must try and read the subject before the teacher even explains it. This is an old Islamic tradition. In all the madaris, even till today, is continuous. You try and work it out yourself, number one. So your mind is working to try and figure this thing out. Doesn't matter how complex it is. Spend 2 hours, spend 3 hours on it, try and figure it out. Because what that will do is that it's going to make a very good connection with your mind and the subject that you're studying. Number two is mudarasa. When you're in the actual lesson, the teacher will explain it to you. That time is now, it's the second time you're going over. What most these universities and colleges will do, in fact almost all of them, is you just come in the class and you just listen to the lecturer. You don't do no preparation beforehand. They give you notes, but I know, I've been to university myself, most people don't even read it before they get there. The third thing you do is muraja'ah, which means you go over your lecture. So you have a good selection group of friends, and I want you to do this. Part of you passing your exam successfully is you have good friends. You know what good friends are? Good friends are serious people. They like to study. They don't want to waste time. They don't basically spend all their time on shadi.com. Yeah? And basically browsing around and seeing who's going to be next to take them beloved, from their miseries out and make them, a nice pie in the sky. They don't do that. They don't sit around, saying, yeah, bro, what's up, bro? Yeah, man, got some exam. Feel like a kebab, man. Feel like a kebab. Yeah. I mean, they're not time wasters. You go to good friends, they're going to be serious about studying, okay? You go and study. Now, when you study with them, be serious about studying. Now, divide it. This book, I want to tell you, is a book by Tony Buzan. B-U-Z-A-N is his surname. You might think, what Shaykh is now quoting a non-Muslim book? Allahu Akbar. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, he said, kalima hikmah. He said, words of wisdom, dallatu mu'min, they are the lost property of a believer. يَأْخُذُهَا مِنْ حَيْثُ يَجِدُهَا. Wherever the believer finds it, he takes it from there. So if you find any non-Muslim with a good theory, it wasn't his, it was yours. It wasn't his, it was yours. You're a mu'min. You take all the best that is in the world. It's yours because you believe in Allah. You believe in the one who created that, who gave that man that idea. I'm not saying plagiarism, okay? I'm not saying, guys, please don't go to say, Imam said, kalima, hikmah, dal. It was my lost property. I found it in the bin, and I basically, all those guys threw it in the bin. I took it out and I basically just wrote it. I copied it, but it's my property. All this is mine. I'm Muslim. Yeah. But anyway, what you do is get that book, Tony Buzan's book. You will read that book, and in there, what you will find is that he will say that you have to put bite-size memory, right, memorization throughout every day, every week, every month, from the beginning of your studying all the way till the end. Guys, you don't know the power of this, because this is actually, honestly, this is Islamic. When you do hifz of the Quran, how do you do hifz of the Quran? You don't sit there one day and say, I'm going to take the whole of Alif Lam Mim inside. You don't do that. You start, you say, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ. And then you try and move you look at ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ. You look back into, look out again, and then you do the next bit, bite size. You give yourself breaks. Then what happens is, any person who's memorized any surah would know this. You memorize it today, tell me guys, this is true or not. By tomorrow morning, if you memorize a page of the Quran, something brand new, or half a page of the Quran, by tomorrow morning, you've forgotten quite a bit of it. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Come on. Yes, see, this is normal, this is normal human being, that the memory power has got two different modes. This Tony Buzan's book, he's got many books, okay? Go for the one which is Use Your Head. The title of the book is Use Your Head. So in that he'll explain to you about the memory itself, okay? If he doesn't explain that, he'll explain it in Use Your Memory. He's got a second book called Use Your Memory. But don't, just buy from Amazon, okay? And just read or borrow it with each other. Don't go around spending so much money in buying all these expensive books. Just find it second hand, whatever. Just use the information. But Use Your Head should be enough. That was enough for me. So what you do, what you realize is that the memory, if today you've memorized something, you would have known it like 100%. By tomorrow morning, it will drop down to 25% or 30%, which means 25-30% now has possibly gone to your long-term memory, is going towards your long-term memory, and the 100%, the other 75% you had yesterday was in your short-term memory. So you've got to take it from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. Same as, you know, what the CD-ROM, CD-RAM, the whole computer, how it works. Yeah, same, the human mind works like that. So what you're going to do, you do hifz of it again. You go over again. You say, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ الَّذِينَ. So you go over again. Then now you increase the rate of your long-term memory with that passage. The next day you'll find that it will be up to 45% or 50% or 60%. Next day you'll find it up to 70%, 90 and 100. Each time you take 100, it drops down. 100, it drops down. But the drop will get higher and higher and higher. So basically you start off with 25%, then you gradually get to 100%. Finally, you don't have to read that passage every single day. What you will do is after a week you come back to it, you still will know it. But if you leave it for 1 month, you would have forgotten. If you leave it for 2 weeks, you'll forget it. So what you do is you make yourself small bite-sized revisions that you go over and over again and again with key information you need to remember. Now what I'm saying to you guys is, if you've got studying maths, if you're studying economics, what you do is from the beginning of the year, every subject that you do, take the key parts out. You can make mind maps, which he talks about, but you don't have to. You can do it all inside here. When I was studying my final year, I had to devise a way of remembering all the fiqh ikhtilafat. I had to remember in wudu, what did Imam Abu Hanifa say? What did Imam Malik say? What did Imam Shafi say? What did Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal say? And what was in Sahih al-Bukhari or Sahih Muslim or this and that? So it was a mammoth task. So I devised the thing in my head. This was my personal one. I gave a figure of what I thought was Imam Abu Hanifa in my head, and I made all of them come to this little pond on 4 different corners. All the 4 Imams. Imam Abu Hanifa was dressed in green. Imam Malik dressed in red. Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal dressed in grey, Imam Shafi dressed in cream. So basically they've all got different colors, so I can identify them, differentiate. And then they're having now, I create a whole story in my head where Imam Abu Hanifa will say, you know, this is fard, and the other one will say, no, this is not fard, and this one will say, okay, this Bismillah, you say here, this is Sunnah, and it's all going on. I make a little video in my head. But once I've made it, I will play that again and again. Play that again and again. You know what I'm saying, play again and again? What I mean by this is that I'm going to play this when I'm walking. I'm going to walk in, my eyes are down. I don't need to look at, you know, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Fattaqud dunya wattaqun nisa." He said, beware of the world and beware of these women. Because once you look at women, that, you know, and what happens is, subhanallah, you've just knocked your memory out. Seriously, you've knocked your memory out. Because when Imam Shafi rahimahullah, he went to his ustad, what did he say? He said, he complained of weak memory to his ustad Waki', and he said, "Shakawtu Waki'i su'a hifzi." Shakawtu ila Waki'i su'a hifzi. He said, I went to my ustad Waki', and I said, Imam Waki', my ustad, said, I am complaining to you about the weakness of my memory. فَأَرْشَدَنِي إِلَى تَرْكِ الْمَعَاصِي. He told me that, Shafi', he said, you know, Muhammad ibn Idris, he said, you stay away from sin. Stay away from that. Because what is this? This is فَإِنَّ الْعِلْمِ. Knowledge is something which is نُورٌ مِّنْ إِلَهِ. It's a light from Allah Azza wa Jal. وَنُورُ اللَّهِ لَا يُعْطَى لِلْعَاصِي. And Allah's light is not given to a sinner, one who disobeys Him. This was the thing that Imam Shafi got. So I will tell you the weakness of memory is what? Because the biggest thing, guys, the biggest thing that you suffer from in your exams is when you get to the exam hall, okay? Let's be honest with you. You try to cram it in for the last month. Yes? Yep? Oh, you guys didn't take exams before. Yeah? The way I'm talking about, mashallah, you're good guys, yeah? So they try to cram it in. People who don't do this method, they try and cram it in. They try and cram it in, especially the days before, the night before. They try and squeeze it in, like, you know, they're going on a holiday, they've only got 2 minutes to pack up, and they've got all these things to take, so they stuff it, and they stuff it, and they stuff it. When they go to the airport, the minute the guy basically just touches the zip, the whole thing pops out, like a jack in the box. Right? So the minute you go into the exam hall and you try and remember something, everything just all your knowledge is going down your ears. You know, you're thinking, my God, I've lost everything. Right? Why? Because you did not follow the method, which is an old method of trying to take bite-sized revisions. Now in this bite-sized revision, what you do? While you're walking, you go over it. While you're eating, you go over it. Eat. Bismillah wa barakatillah. You started. You eat. Your mind should be on the bite-sized revision. And what he teaches you is that 45 minutes is the extent to how long you can concentrate properly. After 45 minutes, he says, in his book, he says, go and do some exercise. Go and do some physical exercise. In our case, alhamdulillah, if you're doing that, your niyyah is, I want to please Allah with a nice good body. MashaAllah. Yeah? MashaAllah, good nice good body. Yeah? Mussalman. Yeah? Yeah, guys. That's it. Yeah? Why not? Allah's given us, a nice, good thing that, some people out there that's quite scared of. And they've got a reason to be scared of this, you know what I'm saying? Mussalman. Right? Anyway, you go and do weight training, whatever you want to do, okay? They come 15 minutes, he says, and get back. If you're not going to do that, then akhi, I'll tell you a better thing to do. Go and read some Quran. Go and get some fresh air. Go and read some Quran. Do some dhikr of Allah. Honestly, this will help you long term. If you do constant bite-sized dhikr of Allah during your whole preparation, Allah will send His angels to you. And what kind of things should you recite? I will tell you that in a little while. So you basically have gone now. You're eating, you're doing bite-sized revision, and then you're walking, you do it. And when you get together with your good friends, the only thing you should talk about is this revision. So set certain times. So 45 minutes, guys, we're not going to talk about anything else except for studying. And then after this, we take a break. Okay, take a break, go around, get some fresh air, talk about whatever you want, come back again and do 45 minutes again. Go back again, come back 45 minutes again, yeah? I am telling you, la ilaha illallah, if you keep this pattern every single day, you're on the bus, you do the same thing, your revision is in your mind. And it's all different. Now, by the time it's 2 months, 3 months, you've got maps. And I had to write this. One of the things he says that you write some of these documentations you want, you write it in such a way that is unique to your brain and your mind. And you go over it again and again, you will see that thing. It's like, basically, if I told you to memorize the London Tube map, yep, what station comes after what station comes after what station, it's just like that. You make a little map of all your knowledge, and then you start to say, okay, this comes next, that comes next, that comes next, that comes next. If you go over it again and again and again and again, that map will be stuck in your head. That's what the people of the Quran do. If you tell me now any page of the Quran, you quote to me any verse of the Quran, I will tell you, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, what surah is it in, what juz it is in, what side of the page in my Quran, the South African one that I memorized. I'll tell you what side, what line, what part of it is in. I'll tell you that. Yeah, and all the Hufaz, they gain this. Why? Because they do it over and over and over and over again. Unless you're a Hafiz who basically Taraweeh time comes, you say, Allahu Akbar, guys, these guys are going to know my mistakes, so I better do some Speedy Gonzales. Unless you're one of those Hafiz, right? So you basically do so fast that the guy behind you can't keep up with. He said, what did he say? Did he say Fattakun, Wattakun? What did he say? Oh my God, did he make another one? Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Anyway, so you do bite-sized things. If you do it every single day, you do it every single week, and your whole month is busy like this, you got to learn how to say no. Your mom says to you, beta, your cousin getting married in Preston. You have to be honest with your time. You have to be honest. Sometimes you have to say no. Mom, I love you. I love my cousin. But I love myself as well. And I'm going to fail this. If I go over there, come on, man. You're going to go shadi one weekend, football another day, this, that. What are you talking about? What's going to happen to you in the exam? You're going to be mincemeat in the actual exam itself. You're going to learn how to say no. Phone calls, this and that, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, Twitter, just get rid of it, my friend. Honestly, you don't need that. You want to revise, just go face to face, sit down, revise properly, take your breaks, and then 15 minutes, come back again, revise. And then when you go back to your house, when you're sleeping, la ilaha illallah, you should have that revision going in your mind. Whenever you can. And your breaks will be the dhikr of Allah. Your breaks will be the dhikr of Allah.